Okay, Campfire crew. This Tony and Catherine and Stella's in the shade, and Catherine's in the shade. I'm the only crazy one sitting out in the sun. Checking in from the lodge. Before I close the video, because I know I'm ranting and raving about somebody trespassing on the farm, but before I close the video, I want to show you some beautiful pieces of cast iron that we acquired this week. So I worked with a guy named Jeremy. Jeremy, I appreciate you again, buddy. I'm not going to call you last name, but I appreciate you again, who works in the network organization at the company that I work for. Jeremy has recently acquired a bunch of cast iron, and he said he don't use cast iron, and it's some stuff that he thought enough about Campfire and Countryside to give this cast iron or donate this cast iron to the channel. So I want to show you guys a couple of the pieces, or 3 or 4 of the pieces that Jeremy gave to Campfire and Countryside. One of them is a 3-notch lodge, and I want y'all to look at the build up and the seasoning on that piece of cast iron. Don't you know that this thing had many years of being used? Also, we got a Wagner. It's like a 10-inch Wagner skillet, and it's built up the same way. It's a whole lot of years of cooking in and building up, and that piece of cast iron is in the electrolysis machine right now. So we're in the process of getting it cleaned up and restoring. I'm going to put pictures on here and let you see what it looks like before we put it in the electrolysis, and once I get it out of the electrolysis, I'll put that on the next video. It's going to take a couple of more days to get that clean, and we're going to put the lodge in. Also, Jeremy gave us a couple of small.
This one's going to be mine.
Girl, you better quit touching stuff. Jeremy gave us a couple of small skillets, and I've never saw skillets this small, so if y'all know what these are used for, y'all drop me a message down in the comment section. I have to assume that they're for melting butter in or something like that. They're neat as they can be. They're deep. They doesn't have a name on them, or they're not marked, but that's okay too. They're beautiful little pieces of cast iron. And here's the beauty. Jeremy said that this particular deep skillet, so now y'all know I have a Wagner deep skillet that Londa gave us. We have a BSR that I bought from Miss Sue. We have a lodge that we bought when we were in Tennessee, and now we have a Griswold skillet. So let me get where y'all can see the logos. It's a small logo Griswold made in Erie, PA. So it's a number 8 deep skillet, and this thing is amazing. So these small logo Griswold skillets were made between like 1937 and the mid 1950s. So this thing is at least 70, 80, 90 years old, something like that. And it's immaculate. It's in beautiful shape. So the thing has been taken care of. It's got a couple little rust spots on it, but we specialize in rust spots on cast iron. This beautiful piece that Catherine's already claimed, and we're going to keep it in the house. It's not going to be like some of the hang-up cast iron. We keep all of our good quality cast iron on the inside, like all of our deep skillets. We keep all of those on the inside so that we can keep the rust off of them and keep the humidity off of them.
And the way we do that is we cook in them.
We do cook in them. How about that? Isn't that crazy? So cast iron, it's good to look at, but how much better is it if you can cook something in it? So we all the time cooking chicken, or maybe cooking cabbage or something like that in those deep skillets. That's what they're made for. That cast iron, and there's nothing wrong. If you hang your cast iron up and look at it, hey, more power to you. We use ours. At Campfire and Countryside, we use our cast iron. It's beautiful and it cooks great, and y'all know we love it. Finally, the last piece of cast iron that I want to show you was sent over here by a friend of mine named Jason over at Cog Hill Farms. So y'all know me and Jason are like cast iron cousins, or cast iron buddies, or whatever you want to call it. Me and Jason have a bond that this is something that we communicate about. Jason loves cast iron, I love cast iron. We swap cast iron, and it just works out real well. So I know that a lot of people had an opportunity to get one of these skillets a couple of weeks ago, and I want to show y'all a beautiful Cog Hill cast iron skillet. It's an 8-inch skillet, or like a cornbread skillet. And just FYI, we're cooking something in this bad boy. And how many people do you know that you know personally that has a personal logo or their farm channel logo on a piece of cast iron? So this one's special to us. It's all special to us, but this one's got a special place in our heart, and we want to cook something. So Brooke sent out a bunch of recipes, or a cornbread recipe, and a bunch of skillets, and we want to cook some cornbread. All right, Miss Catherine, is there anything you want to say before we wrap the video up?
You just keep the cast iron coming, and I'll keep the vegetables coming to go in them.
There you go. It's Tony and Stella checking in from the back field, or the back food plot. I found something that's very disturbing. And so far on the farm, we've never had to deal with this. And I'm still a little shook, or a little taken back, trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with this. So, over here on the back field, and y'all can see that the field's a big field. Me and Stella always have a real big place. Now, y'all know we sat in the shooting house. Y'all can see the shooting house down at the other end of the field. Me and Stella always have a shooting house. We don't hunt, but we like to come sit in the shooting house. And it's worth it to me to plant, to get deer to come over here, because y'all know we even get them in the front yard. They're fun to watch, and we love the wildlife. I hadn't killed a deer now in 8 years, and this will be season number 9. I don't have a problem with it. I don't. If need be for me to feed my family, I'd harvest one tomorrow. But I don't have to, so it works out good for me. They're fun to watch, and I love to watch them, and Stella does too. Stella, come over here. And while we were up here yesterday plowing, a couple days ago, we came up here and bush hogged. Well, while you're on a bush hog, and we bush hogged a new area, so I want y'all to see the new area. It starts right in here, and it goes down there, and we turned and come back up this way, and we went up this way. Y'all see the lawnmower? Y'all used it like a side-by-side. Stella! Stella went and found her some shade. So, back to what we were talking about. Up here in the past, I always try to make a couple of strips cut down through here. And I always cut this road out. It goes down to a bottom road, which goes to the bottom field that we have. So I keep that cut out, and I normally cut a couple of strips out on this side. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, when I came across, I found something very disturbing, and I want to show y'all. So, on like the first pass, I saw that piece of orange vest. And we burn this property every year, so the vest has been burned up. My only problem is, we have had this property for 4 years now, and we don't allow anybody to hunt. So there's a hunting vest up here, and that hunting vest is not faded. So the hunting vest is pretty new, or it's reasonably new. And I got off and I started looking. Now, why is there a hunting vest, and why is it right here in this general area where this strip is that I cut out every year? So I started looking around, and Lord knows I passed this at least 2 to 3 times before I saw it, and I never saw it. So I want y'all to look right there on that tree. Somebody has literally got a camera up back here on the back side of the property. And this is just old hunters' tricks to try to camouflage the camera. So I would have to assume that when they put that up, the leaves were green. So I don't think that it has been done, at least in the last few months. It was probably from last year, and we probably scared somebody off. I looked inside the camera just a little while ago. The camera is still in the on position but it looks like the batteries are dead. So it's been here for a while, but can y'all see what's right there? This thing still has an SD card in it. So we're gonna pull the SD card and we're gonna try to see if we can recognize anybody on the camera. And we're gonna take the camera. Here's my issue, that if that camera is over here on my property, that's my camera. I don't know who it belongs to, but it shouldn't have been left here. Whoever did this, you're not on your own property. You don't have permission to be on this property, and you're over here hunting illegal. So I've already found the general area that you're hunting in, because if you put a camera out and you lost part of a vest, you're hunting over here. And it is what it is. So I want you to know that this is not over with. If you're over here hunting illegal, I will have you prosecuted. So, with that being said, without being too hardtail about this, I don't appreciate this a bit, and it makes me feel violated if you come over here and you hunt on my property without me having any kind of permission about you doing things over here. There's nothing that's right about this, so we're gonna rectify this and get this taken care of. All right, so this never happened to us again, and I wanted to share that with everybody on Campfire and Countryside, that somebody's sneaking in over here, so let's see if we can't catch them. All right, a few more things that we want to go over on the video, so thank y'all for watching. All right, as always, life's an adventure. Don't get caught sitting at home. You ought to be out here with me and Catherine holding our cast iron and looking at it and touching it and rubbing it and stuff like that.